Alright everybody, how's everybody doing today? We are on a nice little flight. How about that? How's the sound? I've been messing with the settings and checking them out, making little recordings, watching them. Seems to sound pretty good. That way you can hear the plane, you can hear me. Alright, now you'll be able to hear me a little bit better since we're inside the plane. Hey, we had a great football game today. At the end of the first half, we were down by 10, and it was 24-14 at the end of the game. We won 38-30. How about that? If you've never watched Little League football, or you've never been to a Little League football team, my kid plays on what they would call a team, which is you're on a team until you're big enough to, or it goes by age. So next step after A team would be like middle school, right? So under A team you got B team, which is younger, and then C team, which is younger than them, and then you got flag. Flag doesn't have pads. C team you have pads and hitting. B team, A team, so on. Anyways, the team we played, I believe they were the champions last year, and they were undefeated until today. Good job, boys. They did a wonderful job. What's funny is our very first game, we got spanked, and the team we played today actually beat that team, and then we beat the team we played today. So it's kind of like a circle. First game we played, they beat us, and then the team we played today beat them, and then we beat the team that we played today. So we all beat each other. But no, it was a good game. Anyways, the last couple videos I put out, the audio was kind of crappy. Sorry, I'm not used to the audio settings. I had them pretty good last weekend. I come back, they're messed up. I guess it just happens with gaming. I don't know. I didn't reset anything using the same thing. So we're just going to have to go in and adjust them, take a flight, and check out the audio settings before we actually start recording full-on gameplay missions and putting them out. So yes, it's all of this is a learning curve. No, it's not hard. Takes a little bit of adjustments, a little bit of getting used to. But when I come back home after being off for, working for a week and not playing the game, I just assumed that they would all be good. I put them videos out anyways because there's still gameplay you can still watch, just not very good audio from me talking. One of them I did a voiceover, and I sped it up because I didn't talk through the whole video. Anyways, we're back at it, grinding. I had a problem when I logged back in. I didn't have the problem this morning. I guess there might have been some kind of update with the game. I don't know if that was today. I didn't look it up. I don't know what happened. But I had to go to the marketplace, go to my library, and enable the plane. It was disabled. I went to career, freelance, was trying to look for missions. No missions were popping up. Then I went to my company. I looked on, the plane didn't show up. It said you had to go to my library. So at first I was like, don't do this. Don't do this to me. I don't have the money to buy another one. But I enabled it. I had to search for it. It was, actually I didn't have to search for it. Could have clicked down. But it said something like deluxe to premium upgrade or something like that, and I don't have the premium. I didn't upgrade to premium, so I didn't think it pertained to me. But whenever I typed in Cessna, when I typed in the plane, it was under that, and I had to enable it. Just in case anybody else has that issue. That's the first time I went to my library, so I've never went to it before. I didn't even know it was under Marketplace. It took me a minute to find it. Yes. So we are flying. We are doing great. At first, when I took off, oh, here's something funny, a glitch in the game. How about that? So we taxied all the way to the holding point before the runway. And I sat there for like 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, waiting on clearance to clear me to take off. I just assumed it was a bug in the game. In career mode, I don't know how to ask for clearance again. At the top right, where it says wait for clearance, there was nothing to click on. So I was just waiting, and I didn't want to wait forever because I assumed it was a bug in the game. And so, guess what? You guessed it, we're going to get dinged for that. We took off without clearance. But what was I supposed to do? I mean, do you take off, which one is better? Do you take off without clearance, or do you quit the mission and restart it? If you quit the mission, I think you lose XP. I'm not sure. I had to do it one time. I don't remember what happened or why, but I'm pretty sure that you lose XP when you do that. So I'll take a little bit. We're still going to get XP from the mission. So I guess it doesn't matter either way you go. Either way you go, you can quit the mission, do it again, you'll get your XP back, or you can do the mission, you're still going to get paid. I don't know how much money they're going to take from me for doing that, but I wasn't going to sit there for 2 hours waiting for clearance. In the real world, it's a different story. In the game, yeah. And online, you might have to wait. Like if you're playing VATSIM and they're busy, or there's not a lot of people online, so those people are busy. I've heard, I think there's a video on YouTube where somebody waited like an hour for clearance or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, I didn't watch it, but I think I recall seeing something like that. So yeah, we're gonna get dinged for that. And then after that, we got up in the air, and as you can see on the GPS in the plane, we're on path, we're on target, we're on the magenta line, heading to our destination. And then up on the compass, the top left corner, we're to the left of the magenta line. So yes, the game is not perfect, but anyways, at first so as you can see on the autopilot, we're going by nav, right? Well, when I first turned the autopilot on, the nav was turning. Do we need more power? What happened? Uh-oh. Is there fuel mixture? Do we need to lean it out? What is going on? I have no idea why my plane is losing power. Why are we going up? It's all a learning curve. I think last time we flew, the mixture was like 70, 68. I don't know. So maybe we need to lean it out some more, or full mixture's in, I think. So, but we're not even that high, so why do we have to lean it out? Okay, so let's pull the power back just a little bit. Maybe I didn't have the throttle back that far, did I? I thought the throttle was around 23. That's what I thought. I was looking at the gauge, not down here where it tells you on the digital on the bottom left, engine 1, 23. I thought that's where I had it, but maybe we need to stay up around. Let's see if we can keep it up around 23. Maybe that's what we have to run. We're gonna turn this bottom one over. We still got 69.9 nautical miles left. Let's hope we can get fuel. I still don't know how to add fuel other than keybind the button and add fuel that way. So, and we are on both tanks, so that's good. Alright, let's have a look around. It's a beautiful day. It was nice out today too. It was kind of hot, It's around 85, but I think the UV, I didn't look at the UV, it was probably high. Definitely got some sun on my bald head. It is red. Look at that. No, oh look, one lonely cloud way out there in the distance. Other than that, it is a beautiful flight. It is flat. I definitely would prefer to fly in the mountains, and I can take those routes, but I just want to be careful of where I'm going, because I know sometimes these planes can act funny, and I know career mode has a lot of bugs, and just like what just happened a minute ago, it started beeping at me. I was losing airspeed, yada yada yada, and yeah, I got my altitude held at 2,000, and I think maybe I had the throttle pulled back too much, but the throttle was in the same position for ever, for like 10 minutes. It was in the same position. Maybe I bumped it, I don't know. We have to pay better attention to what we're doing if we want to be a pilot. And it's such a nice plane. Look, if you guys ordered Amazon, let's see, I forgot where we were going. It tells us, but we are gonna look on here. McDuffie County, Thompson, I don't remember where that's at. We flew out of Savannah, so Savannah Airport, I think that's in Georgia. Yeah, it's up around Atlanta. That's right, I do believe I remember that. So, ooh, we can figure it out, can't we? Yep. Maybe we can't. I think it's right outside of Atlanta. I can't remember. Yeah, see, we're going, Savannah's here because that's Florida, Jacksonville, Savannah, going up towards Atlanta. Pretty sure it's Atlanta. So anyways, I hate when it does that. You have to click it twice sometimes. But anyways, if any of you ordered any Amazon, we are completely full of Amazon packages. Surprisingly, it pays this well to airship Amazon packages. I'm not complaining. You guys want your same day delivery? You know about Amazon, I didn't know this until like a month or so ago. A buddy of mine on Discord was talking about it. I did not know that in the big cities, Amazon delivers 24 hours a day. I got a buddy of mine that was telling me he got a package at like 2 a.m. multiple times, you know, like in the middle of the night, 11 p.m., 2 a.m., whatever. I did not know that. Amazon doesn't deliver where I live. I'm out in the country. I think they deliver around here, but I don't think we have like midnight deliveries and stuff. I don't think that's an option. I don't even know how far they go out. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen an Amazon truck around here, but I don't know. I don't pay attention to it around here because we don't usually, our Amazon packages are delivered by mail, or I don't think it's FedEx. I don't remember. I don't know. But I've never seen an Amazon van pull up and drop a package off at my house. And it's not like we're ordering a lot of Amazon stuff anyways, only every now and then. It is pretty nice though. If you have the Prime, the free shipping definitely pays for itself. Anytime you order something, shipping's always like a minimum of $8, $15, depending on what it is. Usually $8, I think. $8 or $10. So if you order something, 3 or 4 times a month. It pays for itself. Or you could share an account. Oh, I can't say that. We don't share an account with anybody. So, I appreciate you guys watching. We are flying until we raise enough money, make enough money to go to pilot school. Laugh all you want, but you never know. It could happen, it could not happen. That's what we're doing. We are on the road. You got to start somewhere, right? We're learning. I like the game. The game's fun. The game is not what made me want to go to pilot school. Kind of brought it back up in my mind, but I've always wanted to do it. It just costs a lot of money. And when you start having kids, you got different priorities you got to take care of versus trying to get a loan to go to pilot school. And pilot school and truck driving do not go hand in hand. At least not where I live. So, 57 nautical miles left to go. I wish you could play music during the flight on YouTube. Like any music you want. I don't know how you can do it on TikTok. You can, there's almost any song you want to put on a video, you can do it. But on YouTube, copyright strikes and all that. I don't know what's so different between the two. Because it's a 30-second clip of the song or a minute, not the whole song. But then we could just sit back, relax a little bit, play a song or two, get through the flight, land. We're going to have a good landing today, right? We're not going to forget to pull the throttle all the way back instead of leaving it halfway and wondering why we're gaining speed, right? So, I feel like I do pretty good on the landings. Yeah, we could have done better earlier. That's my fault. I had the throttle halfway and I thought I pulled it all back. I wasn't pulled it all the way back. I wasn't paying attention. So, enjoy the flight. You can see as far as the eye can see. Couldn't ask for a better day, huh? And I don't think we have any wind to deal with. Let's see here. The weather. Oh, 5 knots. From 240. That's the west. Isn't 0 to 180 like north to south, and then 180 to 360 is south to north? Yeah. So 240 is about west, southwest, somewhere around there. 5 knots. What is 5 knots? We're going to look that up real quick. That would be something good to know. 5 knots of wind. Five knots is about 5.7 miles per hour. So a 5 mile an hour wind, that's nothing. We're not going to be doing a crab leg landing. That I have never done yet. I wouldn't mind it. I don't feel like doing it, but it would be fantastic practice as long as we don't wreck, and as long as we don't do it the first time or two in our own plane. Oh, we finally got it to work. It was getting kind of low, so I wanted to add a little bit to it. As you can see, it did not work on the second add fuel. It had to be on the top add fuel. I have no idea why that is. I still don't know if you drive to an airport or not. Or, I mean, like a fuel spot at the airport. I don't know how to do all that. So I guess you just gotta add it yourself. I wonder... It should charge you for it, right? I mean, because that wouldn't be realistic if it didn't charge you. I guess we'll see. Maybe we can look at it. I don't know. 34% on fuel. So, how many gallons of fuel? A Cessna 172 can hold between 318 to 378 pounds for a full tank. So maybe we should look at the handbook. So we can just take the minimum, that'd be 318. We're at 34% fuel, so that's 100. Well, I guess I should have known 33%. We'd be around 100 pounds. But I think that there is a aircraft information. Fuel is 6 gallons an hour. Max weight. Is there no like book for this that would tell us on our exact plane? Aircraft, right? It should tell us how much we can hold, but on a full tank, full fuel, we can go 640 nautical miles. That's probably what? Well, if we're loaded down, we can't have full fuel, right? Probably not. Center of gravity, 27%. Distances at different speed. Mass imbalances. Cruise speed. Yeah. I don't know. Estimated total payload. Total fuel. We're at, what does say, 33% fuel. So we're going to use, the total trip uses 46 pounds of fuel. So, how long was the trip? Tell you 107, so 5, that's 10, so that's 117, 18, 19, 20, 21. So like 120 nautical miles. So like 120 miles for 46 pounds of fuel. Taxi fuel, so actually it's 56 pounds of fuel, right? Because it says you're going to use 10 pounds taxiing. Hopefully that's correct. All these little ponds out here look kind of nice. Make me want to go fishing. Look at that. Somebody's house. And a small lake. That's a pond, I guess. That's more like maybe a small lake. Or a big pond. And I'd like to have that. Look at that. That's nice. But I'd rather have it. Shoot. It's not working correctly. Sorry about that. I mean, it sets off the road a little bit, but I'd want to be further off the road, like out here. It wouldn't be too bad. Oh, nice. Let's go fishing. Wonder if there's anything good in them. That looks like be a power line path. I don't really see a road there. Not bad. Definitely probably nothing worth eating there. Some kind of login. Doesn't look like a strip. Not sure what happened, but all this runoff, you don't know all the equipment they used. If there was something in there, I wouldn't eat it. All the oil running off from logging it out. You know, everything has an oil leak, so now you can see the boxes this time, all the way to the back window. It's full. You know, I think we're supposed to be 1,000 feet above that tower, but the cruise altitude doesn't work in here. I don't know, do we just pick our own altitude or what? Because 140, isn't that 14,000 feet? And the Cessna loaded down, I'm not sure how high it can climb. I don't think it goes up to 14,000. I think you can, but maybe as heavy as I am, probably not. Yeah, so 320 would be 32,000 feet. So 140 would be 14,000. Altitude of a Cessna. The max altitude of a Cessna 172. Now this is all according to Google. I couldn't find a manual on this plane when I looked for it. But on here it says 13 to 14,000 feet. But we don't have oxygen anyways if we go above 12.5, right? Aren't you gonna get hypoxia because you don't have any oxygen? Or you could. I think I've seen people talking where they have flew or flown I think at 14,000 and they didn't have any problems. But I've also seen videos where people have flown at 14,000 and I think they died of hypoxia. It might be 18,000, I can't remember. So I would say with this payload, I would say 8,000 feet would be a good cruise altitude, especially in the mountains. Unless you're over in Europe somewhere, like I was last weekend, in the clouds, and they don't give you a cruise altitude. So how do you request a new one in career? I don't think you can. I think you just go at whatever you want. But I would like to do it the real way. But realistically, we're not cruising at 14,000 feet in the Cessna. So it doesn't say anywhere in here cruise altitude. What is this? Distance. doesn't say anything about cruise altitude, except for nope, payload and fuel, except for up here. And if we hit auto, it tells us 12,000. So we could go to 12,000, but maybe we should have done that sooner, because now we're not that far away. If you look, 13 nautical miles, 13 and a half. See, now the magenta line on everything is lined up, right? And see, the flight plan tells us 12,000. Shoot, when I put it on auto, it tells us 12,000 feet, but I'm only at 2,000 feet, and that's what they told me whenever I took off, was climb to 2,000 feet. They didn't say that that was going to be my cruise altitude or anything. Maybe climb to 2,000 feet means that's your cruise altitude, but it doesn't match with the flight plan in the game. And I have looked up the Microsoft Flight Simulator flight plan online, and it's pretty cool. It seems kind of up to date. Probably not as cool as Navigraph or anything, but if there's free stuff out there, I would think it's definitely worth using. Unless you use VATSIM, then I would say pay the, I think I looked on Navigraph, it was like £9 a month, or like 81 pounds a year. So whatever that is, I think our dollar's worth more, so 81 pounds would probably be $75, 70 bucks, I don't know, somewhere around there. But if you're going to play online on VATSIM, I would use Navigraph, because it's I'm pretty sure it's like exactly up to date, you know, within seconds or something like that. It's really up to date and accurate. The free ones, they're up to date within like minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. So if you're going to fly in VATSIM and you're looking at those graphs and it's 10 or 30 minutes behind, in the flight world, that's a lot of time, and I feel like that could cause issues. So if you're live on VATSIM, I would say use Navigraph. I mean, shoot, £8 a month. Is it $5, $6, $7 a month? All you gotta do is not go to the gas station or go out to eat one time, and that pays for it. I mean, 2 double cheeseburgers or a 20-piece nugget, you know, instead of eating out, you could pay for it. So it's really not that bad to have up to date if you're playing online live. But if you're just gonna free flight, plan your own, there's multiple websites that I've seen or on YouTube people talk about that you can use. Once we get a little bit closer, we're going to take over, turn the autopilot off, and we're going to use the little squares once we get closer. I would rather not use them, but when you get up here closer and you fly around, if you don't go through one of the little squares up around the final, if you don't hit it just right, then it's not going to give you the option to call, and you're going to get dinged for it. So I think it's just better to use these. We're already going to get dinged because ATC did not give us clearance, and I'm pretty sure it was a game glitch. We waited and waited and waited. How long should we have to wait? I mean, if the game makes us wait a couple minutes to simulate real life, it is what it is, but I sat there 5 to 10 minutes, and I just assumed it was a game glitch, and we took off. So I don't know if that takes money away from us or just XP. I'm sure it's going to take some XP away from the total. and we're not going to get it. So is what it is. We're getting ready to call in. You got to call in when you're about 5 miles out. Yep. There we go. Let's announce our position. Let's disable autopilot.
Kilo Hotel, Quebec, uniform traffic. Cessna November 67421. 5 miles southeast, 2000, inbound to land, runway 10. Kilo Hotel, Quebec, uniform traffic.
I believe that's the one that we're going for. TRDP 1. Looks like the first one right there. Now let's watch all the screens. Now the compass shows I'm too far right in the top left, and look at that. So does the tablet. I left it up because I wanted to see, and that's what I mean. You know, I feel like the tablet's probably more accurate than these little squares, but, and like I said, if you don't follow them, then you get down there at the final. If you don't go through that, we'll bring it back up when we get to the final. If you don't go through there, you will not get the call in, and you're gonna get dinged for that. So why is it lagging all of a sudden? Sorry, the phone was ringing. Well, at least the lag went away. I don't know why it was lagging. Something's going on. I don't have the best gaming computer. I mean, it works pretty good. I'm overall very happy with it still. But I hate those little lags. I think everybody might have them. We could try turning our settings down a little bit. I've glanced at the settings once, but I've never really messed with them because I don't really know much of what I'm doing. And I don't want to mess anything up. It's the computer. I'm turning a little too sharp. Maybe we're not. Now it's lagging. It all depends on like all the terrain and everything too, because this, you know, it's cloud based. things load up as you get closer and whatnot, then it lags out a little bit. I mean, they did a beautiful job with the scenery. I think it's based off Google Maps. It still says we have low fuel. I think it still said that even after we put fuel in it. Alright, let's go. We got the throttle halfway back. We're not going to forget. Let's put the tablet back on and see where... Oh, we're right on the line. So, I want to see if it lines up with the final. Maybe. Nope. It's... This little square was just a little bit shorter than the base was. Oh, let's go. We're full. We need some power. So I got the throttle pulled all the way back. I don't have the flaps out yet. I put them out just now. See if we can bring our airspeed down, but not too much. Looks like we're gonna make the airport. Turned a little too sharp there. Let's see if we can get down to 75. We need to line up a little bit better. Gaining airspeed. This airport is laggy. Oh. That was not a good landing. We could have done better. I was so concentrated on the airspeed and trying to land that I didn't even pay attention to the tablet to see if the final lined up.
Kilo Hotel, Quebec, uniform traffic. Cessna November 67421 is taxiing to parking. Kilo Hotel, Quebec, uniform traffic.